Hi, this is Yoga with Dominique and I'm Dominique. Thank you for coming to my channel and watching my video. This is going to be a nice, really gentle IBS flow. So I have IBS myself, as well as an underactive thyroid. So I know how annoying that can be sometimes. You know, you eat something and it will be fine, and then the next time you'll eat it and it won't, and then you'll eat it again and it will. So you can't really pinpoint what triggers it. You get bloated, you get uncomfortable. So this is just a nice, really short, really gentle flow for you to do. If you're feeling a bit bloated, you've got a bit of a stomach ache, you're not feeling great, your IBS is playing up, but you still want to move, or you want to do some poses or find some poses that help with that. So we'll get into it. We're going to start laying on our backs, feet flat to the floor, one hand on your tummy, one hand on your chest, and we're just going to breathe. Just breathe in nice and deeply, so breathing in and out. Bring some awareness, especially to this hand, to whichever hand, right or left, that you've got on your belly. It might sound like weird woo-woo, but mind over matter, it does work, it does help. So just sort of focus on that hand that's on your belly in like a healing capacity. So just think of that hand as making it better, as healing it, as taking away the pain, the discomfort. You can also just rub your belly with that hand if you want while you're breathing. And or you can go in circles one way and then the other. And just close your eyes and just breathe nicely. Nice deep belly breaths. So when you're breathing in, you want your belly to expand, and then breathing out, you want it to flatten like a balloon. When you're ready, just bring your knees into your chest as far as is comfortable for you. So if you really are very bloated and have a stomach ache, this might not feel all that comfortable, so you might just want to ease back a bit like that rather than bringing them in close. And we're just going to rock from side to side for a bit. And then you can do circles one way, so go sort of anti-clockwise first. And then switch, go the other way. And just keep doing that. You can switch from side to side, just do a few one way, then the other. And you can rock again if you want. You can bring one knee in and out like that, sort of pedaling, almost pedaling your knees. I'm just going to briefly go into wind relieving pose. So if you are a bit bloated and you're a bit gassy, you still keep your knees sort of where they are, but bring them out to the side and just hug them in as close as you can, and you can rock in this pose if you like, if that's comfortable. And then bring your knees back into the centre. Remember that wind relieving pose, because that does really help. You can also do it on the other side by doing like a wide-legged child's pose. It's the same sort of thing. So either wide-legged child's pose, sort of just not too so wide that your legs aren't anywhere near your belly. You want them sort of next to your, in either side of your belly there. Or you can do it on your back like this. We're going to bring our knees back together and we're just going to do a twist to the side. So arms out like a T. Bring both your knees over to the right side. Just let them flop. So we're not pushing this. You just want gravity to do the work. The last thing you want to do is any real full-on core stuff or forcing twists or anything like that. You just want gravity. You just want to flop it into gravity, basically. Let gravity do all the work. And again, this should help with bloating and gas. And over to the other side. Just flop it over. Doesn't have to look neat and tidy and perfect. It's meant to be messy. Back to the other side. And the other side. And bring your legs back to centre, feet flat on the floor. We're going to roll over into a tabletop position for cat-cow. So wrists under shoulders, knees under elbows. Make sure you're not dumping all your weight into your wrists. Make sure you're pushing into your fingers and your knuckles as well. And then we'll cat-cow. So drop your belly, lift your gaze, breathe in. And breathe out as you curve the back up and drop your head down. And just keep doing that in your own time. At your own pace, nice and slowly and gently. Finish whatever round you're on. And come back to a neutral position. Now we're going to go into that wide-legged child's pose, like I was saying a minute ago. So bring your knees wide, just slightly further in than your mat, I'd say, and then back. And you should feel your legs along basically the front left of your belly and the front right of your belly. And then just fold down. And you can move about in this pose. You can, if this doesn't feel good or it doesn't feel like it's helping, move your legs out a little bit more or move them in a little bit more. And you can always rock in this pose as well. That might help. Just doing a bit of swaying from side to side. And then you can find some stillness if you want. Back up into tabletop pose. And then we're just going to sit on our bums and bring our legs out in front of us. We want a bend in our knees because we're going to forward fold over, but we want this to be extremely passive. We don't want to push or pull or strain anything or make anything feel worse. So you can have, your legs don't have to be completely flush together. They can be a bit wider if that helps, especially if you've got a little bit of a belly, that might help. And especially if you've got belly ache, it might help if you have your legs a bit wider. You can absolutely have a bend in your knees. Then you can fold over, you can bend them as much as you want. You can put a block under your knees, you can put a blanket under your knees, pillow, whatever you've got. So just breathe in, arms up, and breathe out. And just fold everything over nice and gently. So you won't go very far. You might go far, I don't know. But you just want it to be relaxed. You don't want this to be an active fold. You don't want your feet flexed and trying to pull yourself down as far as you can, keeping your back straight and stuff. You want to bend in your back. You want to just fold over nice and gently. And roll up. We're going to do a seated twist. So you can do this however you want. You might feel like just crossing your legs and bringing your left hand on top of your right knee and twisting round is enough. Just make sure that you're bringing that body up straight. So again, like that string, you've got a string coming from your pelvis all the way up and out the top of your head, and someone's pulling it up as you twist. You could also, if you wanted to, do it like this. So keep your left leg on the floor, bend your right leg and bring your foot over your left leg. So it's just, so your ankle's basically hooked onto your left thigh, just above your knee. And you can always hook your elbow over that right knee and then twist round, or just hold onto your thigh like this and twist round. But try not to make it too forceful. Again, just try and just twist enough so it feels gentle still. You don't want to be making these poses too active, too forceful. You just want to be relaxed in them. And then we'll switch to the other side. So just gently twisting round. So twisting, I'm sort of twisting as far as I can go, and then I'm easing out of it a little bit. This could potentially really help because you've got that pressure from this leg on your belly again. It could help with wind, but it might make it feel even more uncomfortable. So if it does, obviously don't stay here. Just go back to that cross-legged one. And like I said, you can twist as far as you can go, like as if you're doing a really active twist, but then ease out of it slightly. Just ease back and make it a less active twist. Okay, and we're going to go back onto our backs again. Feet flat to the floor, and we're just going to windshield wiper our knees one side and the other. So you can bring your arms out like a T shape again and just drop your knees to one side and then the other. Breathing in, usually as you come up, and then breathing out as you put your knees over to one side. And just doing that at your own pace. Again, don't push it. Don't try and push both your knees right down to the floor. Just flop. Let gravity do the work. What we're doing here is just twisting the torso around a bit to try and maybe dislodge and move whatever's aggravating you in there. And then find some stillness in the middle. Keep your feet wide. Bring your knees in together, and then arms at your side, or again you can put your one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. Take a nice deep breath in and breathe out. And we're just going to finish here. Basically a variation on Shavasana. You might find this feels better on your belly, having your knees propped up like this rather than your legs flat. And that nice belly breathing again. So when you're breathing in, your belly should expand. You don't want that shallow breathing where it only goes down to your chest. You want to breathe right into your belly. So it expands like a balloon. And then when you breathe out, it's like letting that balloon go. You know, letting the air out of the balloon. And if you want to stay here for a bit longer, you can. You can pause the video or turn it off now and stay here a bit longer. If you wanted to do this video again, because it was only short, you might want to go through it again. It might help. And you can do that. That's absolutely fine. But otherwise, I'm going to leave you here now. Thank you for doing this very short IBS relief flow with me. Obviously, it's not a replacement for a doctor or a medical professional, you know, helping you out, giving you advice. This is just some poses that could potentially help. They may not. Hopefully they do. But if you haven't been properly diagnosed with IBS, make sure you do go and actually get properly diagnosed with it. If it causes you a lot of issues, just make sure you're going to a medical professional, not relying on people like myself. You know, I'm not a medical professional. I'm just a yoga teacher, and I know some poses that potentially could help. So please seek actual advice if you do need it. And on that note, I will leave you with, please like this video if you have enjoyed it. Save it so you can watch it for later. Maybe share it with someone that might need it. Subscribe to my page, and you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook as well. Hopefully this has helped you a little bit, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.